I was skeptical when I heard about Toy Story 5. I had the exact same reaction when Toy Story 4 was announced. Because Toy Story 3, it felt like the perfect ending. You have the incinerator scene, all of them holding hands, and accepting what they thought was the end.
Toy Story 3?
The toys were holding hands in a furnace.
And then Andy giving the toys away. This wasn't just a goodbye between a boy and his toys, it was a generational goodbye. That scene hit differently, and it didn't feel like an unneeded sequel. It felt like closure. It felt final. So when 5 was announced, it felt unnecessary.
Not again!
And when I heard the premise, technology replacing toys, it just sounded lazy. Like a surface level screens a bad story. Like a sequel justified by relevance rather than emotion. But then the trailer dropped, and instead of focusing on spectacle, it focused on Jessie, and more specifically, her trauma. That changes everything. Pixar has always understood emotional devastation. The opening montage of Up, the incinerator in Toy Story 3, but Jessie's backstory in Toy Story 2 might be the most brutal scene ever, and I can guarantee most of us shed a tear. Not because it's overly dramatic, but because it's honest. We watch time pass. We watch a child slowly grow up. We watch a toy sit still. She wasn't outgrown, she was forgotten. And there's a difference. Andy growing up, it was inevitable. Emily putting Jessie in a box wasn't. That scene wasn't about the natural passage of time. It was about being replaced. About watching someone move on without you. And that emotional scar, it never really left her. That's why developing that theme further is exactly why Toy Story 5 could work. Because it isn't inventing a new trauma, it's revisiting old wounds. In Toy Story 3, the toys lose Andy because he grows up. And it does hurt, but it makes sense. Growing up is natural. It's painful, but it's universal. In Toy Story 5, Bonnie drifts away because of a tablet. That's different. Growing up feels like evolution, but replacement feels like rejection. And that emotional difference matters, because if a child grows out of toys, that's life. But if a child stops playing because something else does more, that feels colder. And for Jessie, who has already experienced being replaced once, that distinction hits harder. Because she's not afraid of change, she's afraid of irrelevance. Jessie has been through a lot. She lost Emily, she nearly died in the incinerator, then she lost Andy, and now she's potentially losing Bonnie. That is not a small arc, that's accumulated trauma. And unlike Woody in Toy Story 4, Jessie didn't choose a new path. Woody chose freedom. Woody chose purpose outside of belonging to one child. But Jessie chose to stay. She chose stability. She chose to believe this time would be different. So if Bonnie drifts away, this isn't just another child moving on. It's history repeating itself. It's the fear that no matter what she does, she ends up back in a box. And when she confronts Lilypad in the trailer, while the others hesitate, that tells me something really important. She's not reacting to technology. She's reacting to what it represents. Replacement. This might not be Woody's story anymore. This might be Jessie's. Jessie calls Woody because she needs perspective. She's watching Bonnie drift away and she wants to know, is it just her? Or is this happening everywhere? And Woody tells her the truth. He's been out there. He sees abandoned toys every day. Kids still love toys, but toys are just for playing. And tech, it's for everything. It's for homework, for friends, even entertainment. And that realization hits Jessie really hard, because Andy growing up was natural. It feels like a shift in childhood itself. It's just what happens, and that's more frightening. Not because technology is evil, but because it's bigger than ever. And when something feels bigger than you can't fight it the same way. This movie can only work if it understands that distinction. If it becomes shallow commentary about screens, it fails. If it turns into technology bad, toys good, it fails. Because Toy Story had never been about villains, it's been about change. But if this becomes a story about trauma resurfacing, and about what happens when abandonment scars never fully heal, about what it means to confront the possibility that you were never enough, then maybe this sequel earns its existence, because it has to commit. It can't hide behind nostalgia, and it can't undo Woody's ending. It has to justify why we're here again. I was expecting nostalgia bait. I was expecting a safe sequel, but what I saw in the trailer wasn't a tech panic story. It was a character study. And if Pixar understands one thing better than anyone else, it's how to take something familiar and make it hurt in a new way. If this really is Jessie's story, if this really explores what being replaced feels like in a modern world, then for the first time since the announcement, I'm interested. And if you enjoy this kind of deep dive analysis into movies and TV, consider subscribing. I've got more long form breakdowns coming. I'll see you in the next one.